Good morning, or whatever time of day it is for you there, Scorpio. I am Melissa Joy here to do a reading for you, Seaside, because I just watched the sunrise and I'm full of the spirit and the beauty of life. And apparently you are getting there too, or what is inside of you is ready to make its way up, because it was talking about, I love myself, I love myself, I love myself. And then I heard the little tagline, and appreciate. So I love that you love and appreciate yourself, and loving and appreciating yourself is bringing in this initial card. Look at that. You're like the sunflower, the one who follows the sun, and you're like, I am starting to look pretty good and feel pretty good. But the thing is that abundance is first and foremost for you. It's not here to start trying to make its way out to everybody else to be a something and a so and a such and such. And not that you're trying to be. No, there's that old thing in yourself of like the conditions of past and earth energy and whatever else was going on in the decades, centuries, and millennia that occurred before now. We're getting into this new state where it's the truth of self. See, the pen, the quill of what you write, what your desires are, being in tune and true with yourself. Some of you may want to journal because that is an active form of reflecting or moving through energies. But instead of thinking you're trying to make things come, you could get in tune of what has already come that day. Like, what have you seen? What has occurred? What are maybe answers to things that you've been praying for, asking for, meditating on? Those desires, just begin to recognize, recognize. Who, look again. Who's that? Okay. Somebody go check out Refill Yoga. They do some Kundalini. They're great people, cheerful. Man, some of you, it may be the Kundalini then, because the vagal nerve, if you're tuning in with Scorpio Sun, it has a body part that resonates with, and that is the vagal nerve. As much as they want to tell you it's the Netherlands, it is actually the nerve that runs all the way from outside the top of the head, down between the legs and on out. So it could be dealing with nervousness or wondering what your role is in this life, or getting lit up and all excited when people get into you, or you getting all excited when you get into other people. They're talking about a bit of temperance energy coming in for that. That Princess of Swords, about setting your mind, being aware of what's coming, but also knowing who you are and what it is you desire. Because sometimes when that titillation or that temptation steps on, it can cause you to get out of alignment, like pulling forward, pushing towards it, or else holding back and resisting, you know? So your pleasure is not going to be fed the same way it was fed before. This is a different kind. This is a spiritual mind. This is one that has gone beyond, like, not like this, but one that's eyes like wide open, in tune with the world around you, a heart that's open and at peace because you're open to nature. You're open to your spirit first. That's very much, ooh, let me put all this stuff down, because that was the shiz diz that knocked the deck. And this is the medicine, and then we're going to find out what is in Cosmic Tarot for you. Okay? Because that's what's going to line up with this King of Wands, not all that other confuggery of the old energy of the way things work. Because see, this is not a happy Queen of Pentacles. Meaning you might have tasted and seen and experienced things that other people wished for and talked about, but it wasn't exactly what you wanted. It was things that kind of you got sucked into because of that vagal nerve, because of the sensation running through you going, whoo, that feels so good, you know, and knowing that it's what the world wants, you thought, okay, well, then I ought to jump on this, because who knows if this opportunity will come again. But as you're saying here, what you have risen from is to be in your delight, in your desire. What you have come through is not for the sake of others. So they're asking you at the beginning of your day, that could be whatever, because day begins at sunset. So it could be in the evening, it could be in the morning, I don't know. But getting in tune with your truth, with who you are, with what you desire and where you're going. Because you know the sensations and the flavors of it, instead of just feeling like you're being hit up by the first thing that comes, and then later on thinking, why did I settle? You know, those may not be words exactly, but it might be those murmurings of like, how did that person get such power and sway over me? Because whoever seems to be more convinced, it's like they're able to sell it. And that's why we talk about Scorpio having all the eyes, that letter I, all the eyes, the inspiration, the initiation, those type of things at this channel, is so that it just doesn't get concentrated just right here, because that can be impacted by other people's imagery, their ideas, that sort of thing. All right. So let's get past that part, and I'm gonna get another card. Ooh, let's clear that on out of here. The old ways, the old days, the disdain, the loss of taste for any sort of pleasure or the way things work, that there could be a bit of cynicism sitting in up under there. Sin, C-Y-N, is the word that means dog. And so that, like, you're not the master of your own life, but you've been led about by something else, and will it ever be great? So here's temperance. How beautiful that that's come in along with it. That's you moving through the waters. You are made for this, friend, because the tiger isn't like the other cats. So maybe you aren't like the other cats. You got some ancient visions coming on in, wanting to have maybe some worldwide travel experience. Hey, let's vote for that. Magician can make it happen. Look at that center of yourself. But this is what truly happens. You begin to broadcast out your vision without your lips, with your heart, when you tune into yourself first. When you get into this energy to help, they're saying delay, really, to no longer experience this, to no longer be led about this. This has more to do with your mastery, to be able to bring in your true desires. And look at it here, because this is like the world's way of saying, oh, 10 of Cups, 10 of Cups, you have your perfect fulfillment and happiness and everything else, but meanwhile you're blue inside, and you can't really tell anybody because they wouldn't get it, because they're like, I wish I had what you had. And so it shut up a party for a while, which has been like either in the turret of the castle or down in the dungeon. It doesn't matter either way, it's been a prisoner. And that's the sadness, is getting your soul out to thrive. Look at this. Look at what you can do. Look at who you are. Look at what your dreams and desires fulfill, because there's room on that pinnacle on that top for other people. And that doesn't mean you won't have people in your lives. It just means you first. Taking time to be with yourself, not to entertain yourself, to distract yourself, to self-pleasure. No. In these artificial forms. No, to get in the center of who you are, to get in that peace that passes all understanding. All right, and you're showing me it's not that challenging, difficult, or hard, because there's a lot of blessing along the way. There's so much favor there that you're saying that it could trip you up a little bit. That could be the tripping point, that you do have so much favor. So set aside any guilt or shame of that, because when you move and you live in that favor, it opens up that level of favor to our world, to other people, just by them getting to spend time with you. Not because you're selling it off or giving it off or having it taken from you. Not at all. That's this new vibe, this new move of energy that you're going in, is setting yourself first, knowing your intentions and your desires. So during the day, you can recognize if something isn't truly, you'll be like, no thanks. And things that are, you'll be like, sure, I'll come over here. And you'll start to recognize that those energies that are coming around you are other people who are in this energy too. And you'll start recognizing what true connection is. You'll be able to get into valuable relationships, more than just lover. These are friends, these are comrades, these are maybe business partners, could be your lover, all right, your spouse, even with your children. But needing to get into that truth of who you are first, that brings about a renewed vision, something that starts to spring to life in its own ways. All right, so you are magical, you are divine. I love you. Just know that. Hey, leave me a comment or an emoji down below. Give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you like. I'd love to see you back around the channel. Bye.